Hello and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of Your Opinion Sucks.
That's fucking right, bitches!
You said welcome back to the episode like we'd already been
Yeah, we
doing
took a
the
break.
episode.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think we did.
No, we definitely
I was
didn't.
going to say I've been here from the start. Could have sworn I'd remember.
Anyway, welcome back to Your Opinion Sucks. I am Harry Fleming. Joined with me is Lawrence Heisey and Nathan
Did
Bow.
you fucking...
I
Did you
looked-
just stop on my name?
Well,
No,
yeah,
I looked at you as if you were going to say it. And you
and then you
Oh.
didn't. You just went, yeah, go on.
Oh, alright, sorry.
Yeah, I don't forget your name.
Lawrence Heisey.
Nathan Bauer.
And we are without Garrod, Dixon, Winter, whatever the fuck his name is this week.
Winter, John, Tyrell, Marjorie, some bullshit. That was
Yeah.
a Game of Thrones joke. You won't get it.
I got it. I watched the last series
Are you
again.
up to
Did
date
you?
now?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
Pretty much, actually, yeah, because that's a good topic to start with. Because I thought I'm loving the new format. I thought we'd discuss all the things that we've missed over summer. But yeah, I watched what?
And then that went straight in the bin.
But
I did notice that.
what?
Poor Harry.
The you clearly haven't... Have you listened to last week's pod?
Yeah,
You know the content we spewed about our summer stories?
yeah.
Click, drag, and delete.
Not all of it.
A lot of it.
No.
Yeah.
The vast,
yeah.
the
It
vast
was like
majority.
20 minutes long. I needed to trim
Yeah,
the fat.
no, yeah, that's
and
fair.
most of it was just Garrod talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
That's very true. He loved wrestling last week, didn't he?
He did
He
love
did.
it. He loves wrestling every week. Bless him. We miss you, Garrod.
I miss you too, Garrod.
Yeah.
Wrestling, Garrod.
Wrestling, Garrod.
But yeah, I watched the most recent series of Game of Thrones. I went back and watched the season before it. I saw the Battle of the Bastards, and Jesus Christ, that thing was
Fuck
fucking
me,
beautiful.
that's a good episode.
good, right?
It's a
Yeah,
very
it's really
fucking
good.
good.
Do you see the we don't talk about this now on the show, but we'll just quickly, do you like see the attraction to the show? Do you like it now?
Yeah, I dig it. I understand the criticisms of the most recent season because it's
Oh, it's time travel all over the
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
massive time travel.
Do you remember when it took Aya once like an entire season to get to Bravos?
Yeah.
And in this one, John goes like triple the distance in 5 seconds.
But to be fair though, I can understand that people have been complaining that, oh my god, it takes them so long to get places, and now that they've condensed it down and cut out all the fat, they're like, oh my god, what they're doing is so quick to
What-
get there and shit.
What annoyed me is because I know obviously the TV show needs a budget,
Yeah.
so they cut it, and every episode
Does it
was
need
a big
10
episode.
million an episode though?
I don't think it does, to be
Nah.
honest.
a lot of that goes on wages though.
Very true,
That's
very true.
That's true.
But like, they were like, oh, we're gonna do shorter seasons, so one, we can spend more budget on the episodes and sort of make them more compact, but also because we haven't got that much source material. They've got a fucking load of source material.
Well, they don't, because they've kind of run out of it, haven't they?
No, mate, the show this season was so rushed. They had so many points to get to that I really think they could have stepped back and taken.
But
their
they're
time
past
on.
the books now. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know. But George R. R. Martin is still there. Like, this is what's going on. He's
No, I don't think he is.
no,
I
he,
think
mate, he fully works on the show as a producer. Like, he knows.
Yeah,
what
he
he's doing.
works on a producer in the same way that probably Steven Spielberg works on a producer for the Transformers movies.
Very true.
He's not exactly giving Michael Bay plot points and everything.
I
is
don't
he?
know. I reckon they'd go to George R. R. Martin and be like, "Where are you heading with it?"
I reckon he'll give them a vague outline, but I reckon that those last few books, however many there is, will be very different from the TV show.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
most
think that's the
likely.
plan. I think it's the same with like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
They want to, and
The graphic
another
novels
show.
are so fucking good. The Walking
We
Dead.
do not talk about that show.
We talk about the
on
graphic
this show.
novels. We praise Robert Kirkman's beautiful
Fuck
work.
Robert Kirkman.
Fuck you.
He works on the show.
Yeah, I know. Fuck him. He's fallen from grace.
He's a cunt. How was our weeks, boys? In the past week, it's been 7 whole days. So maybe
It has.
Has anything interesting happened over the past 7 days? Who's died? Who's died over the past 7 days?
My
Harvey Weinstein has not died, but he's a massive dickhead.
that's true.
I find that very interesting because honestly, hand on heart, I looked up Harvey Weinstein like 4 days before. I was just because I do it a lot. I just go on Wikipedia and just scroll through and see who I find and just read up, and I find it interesting. And I
Yeah.
found him, and I honestly saw him and thought, dude, this dude looks creepy. But I thought it's just a presumption of like the way he looks and the weird stubbly beard. I was like, ugh, he looks like a
Yeah.
creepy dude. But of course, I highly doubt that he is.
Turns out he is.
Fucking no, I was mistaken. Jesus.
I tell you what was interesting when all the news came out. I don't know if you heard just before the Weinstein shit was the bloke from Screen Junkies.
It was at the same time.
Oh, Andy
It was the
Signal.
same time.
Yeah, Andy Signal.
Yeah.
You know, Andy Signal follows me on
I
Twitter.
was going to this story.
Really?
I don't follow him, but he follows me on Twitter. I have no idea why.
And also, I'd like to point out Nathan
I did.
sent him a nice DM.
I did.
what did
I,
you
say?
se- I
Nice
sent
DM.
him. I sent him a DM because he followed me on Twitter.
He was boiling with
turns
rage
out
at
he's
the point.
turns out he's a massive dickhead who's been sexually harassing and abusing his staff,
Yeah.
which is not okay
No.
for anyone. So I sent him a DM, 4 individual messages.
Has he seen it, by the way?
No, I don't think he's been on Twitter in the past week.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Death threats and all sorts.
Yeah. The first one says, "You are fucking scum.
Nice.
Okay.
I can't believe I ever watched your content. Please unfollow me. I want absolutely nothing to do with you. I want absolutely nothing to do with a disgusting creep like you. You are an absolute disgrace to the industry, and I sincerely hope you never find work again." And that's what I said.
Your op sucks endorses that wholeheartedly.
Being a
Please follow your opinion. Sir.
I said you should plug. I said you should
Being
plug
a
again.
follower of you, I'm just assuming that's the only reason why he just listens to the podcast. So shout out to sexual
Andy.
assault person Andy Signor. Thanks for listening, and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
If
So
you're listening to this now, I mean, I think it's already been summarised, actually.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's listening to this. I don't think he ever has, and I don't think he ever will.
I don't know, mate. Why would he randomly follow you? I
don't
reckon he's out
know.
there. I reckon he's a ghost follower.
I did follow him at one point, like back when I liked Screen Junkies, but then all their content for me got massively shit and boring. So
Yeah, it did.
I
Do you know who pisses me off? And I don't think he's he's prone to sexually harassing his staff. But Hal Rudnick pisses me off.
I was about to bring him up.
Hal
yeah.
He's
Rudnick.
so fucking irritating. Do you not think?
Yeah,
It's like if this is the microphone, this is my microphone. This is me speaking into it normally. But Hal Rudnick fucking rapes his microphone.
yeah, he really did.
Hey guys, it's Hal Rudnick.
You didn't have to do it.
Yeah, you really didn't. We get the picture. Did you like see because Screen Junkies, like, they would always post videos when they went to Comic-Con and stuff.
I think so. Yeah,
and then
yeah.
there was it was just like Hal Rudnick walking around like interviewing the cosplayers, but he was always like really creepy with them.
Yeah.
Like the female ones in particular, he was always like calling them sexy and stuff like that.
But
apparently that was all Andy behind the scenes though. Apparently like he was pushing for it and stuff like that.
That really
But-
does not surprise me.
But you don't
Yeah.
know, do you?
Yeah, that does sound like a scapegoat.
yeah,
type
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure Hal Rudnick is now like fucking frantically deleting DMs.
To be fair to like all the staff at Screen Junkies, they've like said we're not going into work until you get rid of him, and they have got rid of him now.
Yeah.
He has been fired.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, they've all said no, we want nothing to do with him anymore.
I saw a like everyone's been issuing statements. Like even Tarantino issued a statement quickly saying like
Did he mention VHS?
probably did, yeah. No, he issued a statement saying like I can't even talk about Weinstein right now. Like I need days to process this. He's like he's worked with him for like 40 years.
Yeah.
He was like I need a few days to process this, and then I'll like, talk about it publicly. Ryan Gosling did the same.
Yeah.
Chris Stuckman as well is absolutely.
Chris Stuckman worked for Screen Junkies.
Yeah,
he
going-
had a show on their channel.
Yeah, he was going absolutely fucking sick at them on Twitter. He was
Yeah.
going absolutely mental. But yeah,
Crazy. And then fucking Ben Affleck, I think he got some flack as well.
That was very strange because
Yeah.
oh yeah, I saw a random apology tweet and I was like, not you too.
I saw
No.
before that it was him saying like I can't believe this man that I worked with us for so long would do such a horrific thing, and then it was like, well yeah,
But
sure,
what?
like it's not excusable that it was only the once, or at least only the one allegation has come out against him, but to be like, oh, this is a horrible thing. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry that I did that one thing about 20 years ago. I was a kid.
Yeah. And then there's his brother too.
Oh, Casey and his
yeah.
rape claims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a discussion about Casey Affleck with some people at uni.
I think it was us on this very podcast.
Yeah, we spoke about it. We definitely spoke about it on here.
have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We mentioned it once.
We talked about how if you were in his position, would you probably just pay off the charges?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or like just to keep your reputation, and
Yeah.
if the woman is lying, like she's happy, like that's all she wants, money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And,
we can
and it's not
discuss
like
it.
he's short of money.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure he's a very rich boy,
Yeah.
a rich rapist boy.
Right, come on now.
All right, now sorry, Casey, if you're listening.
Yes.
And Hal
'cause
Rudnick
we
as
have
well.
a big celebrity following on this podcast.
I wish we did. Then
Right.
people would listen.
Do you want to get into it?
It's not me today.
No, it's not me. Sorry. We our weeks. How was our weeks? Apart from
Oh yeah.
reading about rape stories and everything.
Ah, yes.
Harry, anything interesting?
Yeah, my week was okay. I don't think it was anything interesting. Just a few lessons.
I had a slightly different event occur this week to me.
What was that event?
Oh, well, I'll get into that.
All right.
So if our avid listeners are not aware, I live in the halls of residence.
Just our avid listeners again.
Yeah.
The other ones are well aware.
Yeah, not the blind ones.
Yeah, sorry about that. I live in halls of residence, which means every now and again something will undoubtedly go fucking wrong in my flat. So this week it was a nice damp patch appearing right in the hallway, which is the only way I can get through to get to the kitchen. So that was lovely. I have no slippers. I have no need for them. However, that week I was finding myself in desperate desire of some slippers. So anyway, I wake up in the morning, and I'm running a little bit late, but I'm very stuck on the idea of having a nice slice of toast and a cup of tea before I get in the shower. You know, I need it to wake me up.
It's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
It's always a good idea.
And I thought, you know what? It's very early. I'm just gonna sort of go out into the kitchen in my boxers. Right?
Yeah,
it's not. It's. I mean,
you're free
I paid.
How early was this?
This was 7 a.m. 7 a.m.ish.
You're running a bit of a cleaner risk there, I imagine.
I was. Now that's where the story gets juicy.
Okay. I see.
So I'm in my boxers. I have some sort of like t-shirt / vest thing on. I'm protecting myself. I don't want to be completely in the nude.
You're like some sexy girl post-coitus wearing a shirt.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I walk out and I make my tea and my toast. And on my way back out, I pass a a maintenance man who is tending to the damp patch on the floor.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not so like, it's a little bit awkward. It could have been a female, which I would have found a bit more awkward. It was a man. It was kind of like this old dude, and he was just kind of just doing his job.
Yeah.
So, being the nice guy I am, I said good morning. He said good morning, and then looked at me very oddly for about half a second, and then swiftly got back to his work. I thought, okay, bloke's just on a tight schedule like me. I should get in and have my toast and tea. I get in to my room, and as I sort of look down to put my toast on my desk, I notice my wee bell end hanging out.
Oh no!
Oh yes, boys. Oh yes. So, Mr. Maintenance Man, if you're a listener, I am terribly sorry about my my bell end surprise appearance.
One must really hope that he's an avid listener and is therefore blind.
Yeah. So one can only dream. So
God.
that was interesting. So that was probably the most exciting thing that happened all week for me. Nathan, how about you?
Who saw your bell end?
Well, no one saw my bell end. Fortunately or unfortunately, whichever way.
What a letdown this story is.
I know. I'm very sorry. Nothing that exciting happened to me. I can't top that.
You can always count on me for the fun stories.
Yeah, you fucking dick. But I spent 5 hours trying to get Star Wars tickets.
Oh yeah.
I succeeded.
Yay.
I got them in the fucking end. But 5 hours to get 4 tickets is a bit of a joke.
Oh, is it us four? Is it Poddy Boys?
It's the Poddy Boys. We're all going to see.
Hell.
The plan is. Fuck it. The plan is we're going to see the double bill, so because that's the only one I could get.
Right.
That wasn't the initial plan, but that's how it turned out.
That's a good plan.
So we're going to see The Force Awakens at 9 p.m. on the 13th of December. So we're going to watch that, and then at midnight we're going to watch The Last Jedi. Yeah, 5 hours to get tickets. Initially, like, I finally got through to actually purchasing the tickets after waiting on a screen for like 4 hours. And then I paid on my cards and stuff. And then after that, it said, error, you have not paid for your tickets. Your payment was declined for whatever reason. But I checked my bank and the money had left my account. And then I had no money to pay for the tickets because I'm a poor student. So then I had to ring up St. World and they sorted it out for me. But
Fucking hell.
What a fucking palaver, lads.
I'd like to point out as well, as a side note, Nathan was a true lad and spotted me the money for these tickets, which I now have the money to pay him back. However, for the last couple of days, I've been hounded for this money in the most ingenious and hilarious way. Now, we've all seen Suicide Squad and are familiar with the ingenious Deadshot moment where he's, I'm still seeing zeros, I can't shoot this guy until I get paid, and then he's like, now double it for being a dickhead, that kind of thing. Nathan has sent the last 3 days has sent me just a picture of Will Smith as Deadshot holding his phone.
Now. I'll put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen.
Yeah.
So this picture, the first time he sent it to me was delivered with the text message, still seeing zeros. And I was like, okay, Nathan, I will get you this fucking money.
You know I'm not normally like this, though. Normally I don't give a shit. It's just because I have no money.
Yeah, normally I know. Like, me and Nathan we operate on the system where it's like 1 for you, 1 for me. Like, every now and again I'll be like, didn't you get the last Nando's? And he's like, yeah, alright, I'll get the Nando's.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway.
God, that was a sickly example.
Thanks, Harry.
Hey friend, did you get the last Nando's?
No, but no.
Oh, you did. I'll spot you this time, friend.
That's literally how
Just
it goes.
going to Nando's with the boys.
No, it's exactly what we do.
Jesus.
We have boy meals. Nathan, reel off the boy meal.
No, I'm not doing the boy meal. Not here.
Please.
I beg your pardon.
The boy
Chippies.
meal. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's the boy meal. I introduced Nathan to the boy meal. So when we go to Nando's, what do we get, Nathan?
I can't believe we're doing this.
Oh yeah, we're doing it.
All right, we get half a grilled chicken. Okay.
No, you're not doing it with the enthusiasm you normally do it with.
Fuck's sake.
Just do it.
I'm
It'll take less
afraid-
than. It'll take 10 seconds, and it's over.
I'm going to need the enthusiasm.
All right. So we get half a grilled chicken.
Half a grilled
okay.
chicken.
I have it medium. Lawrence is a pussy, so he gets it.
Mango and lime.
Okay, and then we're gonna fill that bad boy up with some sides. We're gonna get one portion of chips, peri salted for me, normal for Lawrence. What else are we gonna get, Lawrence?
Oh, we're gonna get some G bread in there.
We
I
are gonna
think.
get some fucking G bread.
That's
Are we
exactly what
done?
we're doing. No, fuck. Are we
We're
done?
not fucking
Are we
done.
fuck? I need some halloumi,
We
Nathan.
need some halloumi. How many portions of halloumi?
Oh well,
Lawrence?
I had one once. Wasn't enough for me.
Not
now
enough
I
at
go
all.
for two.
2
4
portions
slices of
halloumi
But Nathan,
each.
what are we gonna wash it down with?
Ooh, let's wash it down with a nice bottomless drink.
A
shall
bottomless drink, indeed. Nathan.
we? I fucking hate
And
you.
that's a boy meal.
That's a boy meal.
And that's how we reel it off to the cashiers as well.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, I know.
It's definitely.
Yeah.
All our friends are the cashiers now,
That's
so
very
we can
true.
just say boy meal.
Shout out to that discount for the boy
Yeah.
meal.
I
Harry, you look shocked.
that was like some Gavin and Stacey shit.
He's never seen
that-
Gavin and Stacey.
I have not. Honestly,
Like that was like fucking Gavin and Smithy.
It is.
Yeah, that was exactly that. Jesus, that was. I to all our avid listeners there, blind or not, the
Blind
fact
or
that
not.
you did miss Nathan being embarrassed and then just sort of bursting to life, staring me down and gesticulating all over the place. And,
I was doing a lot of movement. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, 22 minutes for an intro. There we go.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I
Oh
was just taking it.
well.
Are you
Well,
Snapchatting?
it wasn't meant to be so fucking obvious, but
Oh,
yeah,
but
it
now
was.
you're Snapchatting, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, cool. All right. So Harry,
Yes, so Lawrence was supposed to do, not supposed to, he was doing the topic of this week,
It
but
was.
with Nathan and I not knowing enough about the topic and Garrod not being here, but we assumed that he would enjoy the
Oh,
topic.
well, I've spoken to Garrod at length about the topic. He was very excited. So when I found out he wasn't here today, I was a bit upset.
Yeah.
So
it's best to save it. For
it's
him,
best to
then.
save it because he is the one that was truly going to enjoy this one. So,
It should be next week. Then we'll do the
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
but it's okay though because Harry is very graciously offered to take over the topic for this week.
I have indeed. I am gracious. So I was discussing with my flatmate Alex last night about Pokemon. We were watching a Nuzlocke series, and we both enjoyed it. And we just started discussing about what our favourite Pokemons were from the time that we were playing together. Well, not together, but playing separately. Not. This got weird. When we were playing as kids, and like the ones that meant a lot to us, because as a kid you do get attached to these fake Pokemon beings, and so we just sort of thought of random people on our course and which Pokemon, like Pikachu to Ash in the anime, which Pokemon would be their Pikachu.
Oh wait, are we choosing Pokemon for different people, or are we choosing Pokemon for ourselves?
No, I'd say let's start with ourselves and then
Start with ourselves.
Yeah.
How about let's not make it just people we know so we can bully them. How about we go for celebrities?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Actors?
yeah, I'd
You
say
up for
that. I'd say that.
Cool.
All right.
So who is the Pokemon for Andy Signal?
Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Purely because there was a Pokemon Honest trailer, Pokemon Games Honest trailer,
Yeah.
Honest Game trailers, I should say. And you know when they do the starring bits in Honest trailers, the Mr. Mime bit, they basically reeled off all 150 of the first gen Pokemon, and then when it came to Mr. Mime, the voiceover just said,
Hi, I'm a registered sex offender.
Oh
So,
no.
yeah.
Andy Signal.
Andy Signal,
Absolutely beautiful.
Mr. Mime.
Okay, let's think of a celebrity and give him a good old Pokemon.
Or should we start off with ourselves?
Let's start off with ourselves.
Yes. Harry, yourself.
I discussed this with Alex, and it's difficult with Pokemon because the Pokemon has to share the same values as you. So that's down to the different Pokemon's personality, obviously. Like everyone knows this. Everyone knows this.
Well, yeah, okay.
But it's down to their type as well, like fire, water, grass, ground, rock, dark, fairy, dragon. There's generally
There's too many types now. There's too many Pokemon now. But yes.
yeah. But my favorite Pokemon as a kid was a Blaziken I called Hiker Talker because I was not a cool child. I was horribly.
What the fuck is a Blaziken?
All right, let's look it up. Blaziken is a fucking badass. Because it was Gen 3, and
I stopped after Gen 2.
There you go then. Gen 3, and you could pick between Mudkip, Torchic, and Trico. And I chose Torchic. It was a little
This
fire.
guy looks like a fucking furry.
No.
No?
Blaziken's a badass. Blaziken is a firebird.
Sorry, did you mean a Furby as well?
No, a furry.
A
Like
Furby.
those pedos who dress up in as dogs and shit.
I really hope that
Oh,
sex
yeah,
with
no,
each
they are fucking weird pedos. They are.
Look at
Oh, that's definitely a furry.
Blaziken is all right. Well, this has turned sour so quickly for me because that
So
was
Harry has chosen a furry.
I've chosen Blaziken.
What are Blaziken's powers? What can
Super sex.
Yiffing.
he do? Yiffing.
Yeah,
What's yiffing?
That sounds like a weird sexual act.
it is.
Oh,
Oh,
What is it?
fantastic.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it is just furry sex. Hold on.
It's like Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, I think you should. Actually, no, because I get confused. It's either yiffing or yipping or something.
Well, yiffing has come up on Urban Dictionary.
What? Please give us a
Let's have a
description.
look. Usually refers to cybersex between two or more members of the furry fandom.
There you go.
Originally refers to the sound that foxes make when mating. Yiff, 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 as the old song goes. Members of the furry fandom may use the term to refer to actual sexual contact, usually in a light-hearted manner.
I don't like that.
No,
I
me
can't lie. I feel very sexually uncomfortable.
I'm very opposed to that.
Blaziken is my choice because Blaziken is a firebird thing that has huge tree trunks for legs and can kick anything. It also had a special unique move called Blaze Kick, and the little motion was just like. Remember on the old games, they just used to show a paw. It would just spin around and then hit the other Pokemon and then just go with fire, and it was sick. And that was my one.
He's 1.9 meters high. That's like 6 feet.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
because we were also discussing the fact that in the games, Pokemon really weren't that big.
This guy is.
This guy is. Thank God,
This guy
because
could fuck you up in a fight. Definitely.
You can cuddle him at night.
Oh,
You can sleep with him. Just give him a
I
little
think
cuddle.
Harry does already intend to sleep with him. To be honest.
this is getting really weird. Okay.
I'm sorry for ruining your entire childhood, Harry.
No, it's okay. I just spent 100 hours playing that game.
On the gender section, I'm looking at a Pokedex website here, by the way. And
Oh,
on
it's
the,
70-30, isn't it?
no, on the gender section, it has both the male and female symbols. So,
Yeah, but
so it can be either.
you're looking at the Bulbapedia.
No, I'm looking at the Pokemon Company International Incorporated.
There's Bulbapedia, which is the Wikipedia for Pokemon, and on certain Pokemon, it has a percentage as to the rarity of their gender,
Right. Okay.
how they come out as an egg or when you catch them. And I think for Blaziken or Torchic, it's 70-30, so most would be male, very few would be female.
I will look it up. Also, Pokemon very sexist. Why can't they be female?
No, it's the same for other things. For
So-
the other way around.
Harry, I took into account what you said. I don't know much about Pokemon. I'm going to openly admit that right now. I notice also a recurring theme with these podcasts that I don't know fucking anything about the topic at hand.
Cool.
I'm really starting to think I should pull a Kai.
What's that mean?
Get fired.
Okay.
I'm joking. Topical.
Oh, Jesus.
Just a bit of ban. Anyway, so I just did a quick Google. I wasn't being rude, and on my phone.
Yeah.
I was on my phone, but I was doing a quick Google related to this.
I see.
So I typed in sexually inactive Pokemon. Nothing came up. Actually, no, a few things did come up, and I will show you them now. 5 sexually inactive millennials on why they aren't having sex from the HuffPost UK. I won't read that. So then what I did was typed in...
HuffPost, hard-hitting journalism as always.
Of course, yeah, the hard-hitting stuff. So then I realised I was going to get nothing out of that. So I created a new tab and typed in dope Pokemon. At which point I've now got a list of the top 25 Pokemon according to this guy.
This guy.
Yeah, and
Just some random
dude.
Just according to Ted.
Yeah, to HuffPost. Yeah. So what I did is I scrolled down to the second one in the list and figured my research was over. So I've been working very hard on this. No, that's a lie. I did look at the third one, but I opted for the second anyway. Because, see if you can guess who it is, actually. Play a fun game with you. The description is thus. His eyes always closed. Progress halted with his butt. Damn, he naps real hard.
Naps real hard.
What?
Is it Abra?
It's not, it's a Snorlax.
Oh, of course it is.
That makes sense.
So I have a thing where I slowly blink at people when I'm pissed off, and my eyes stay closed for a long time during that blink, which many of my friends can vouch for. It goes something along the lines of this. I know this is a visual cue, so I'm sorry. This is mainly for you guys. It goes something along the lines of, if Nathan was like, "Hey, give me that money," and I was like,
"Oh, I see."
like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought, without the actual sort of vocalization of "for fuck's sake," I thought it was something like this. Again, sorry for the visual cues. I thought it was just.
That's weirdly sexual.
It is.
Yeah.
I honestly
That's what
got
I
a
was
stiffy. No, but then I thought, anyone that knows me knows I'm notorious for falling asleep anywhere at any time.
Massively. You can fall asleep on like a fucking
I'm incredible.
rusty telephone
Honestly,
pole.
it's a gift. No, it is. It is. I remember being half asleep once in a lecture, and Astrid or Asteroid or however you want to pronounce her name.
I think Astrid, because that's actually the name.
She walks up to me, and I'm asleep on the corner of the Edric floor. The Edric is the theatre where we all do our business.
All right, sure.
We're not furries.
I'm joking.
but
I said I was
okay.
sexually inactive. Did I not? So what and then I fell asleep. She said, "You've got a 5-minute break." So people go out for their cigarettes. People go and quickly grab a sandwich. However, I wanted a quick sleep because I was still in the dragged out of my bed stage. So what I did was
5-minute sleep.
a 5-minute nap. I'm committed to the nap.
Right.
So I laid down on the cold, hard Edric floor on my side. So there was no pillow supporting my head. It was AIDS, if I'm honest, the position. However, my greatest achievement, within 1 minute, I was out like a fucking light. And it took 3 people shaking me to wake me up. I was in that deep sleep. Nathan, you can vouch for this. You know my sleep is incredible.
Yeah, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I love you too.
Fucking hate it.
So that ties in with the damn he naps real hard section of my my Snorlax description.
Was there any reason for that?
Yeah, I was letting you know that I could sleep real hard. I wanted you to know that I put work into it, Nathan. I wanted you to know that I didn't just choose the first Pokemon I saw.
All right, continue.
I chose the second one I saw.
I just feel like you having a Snorlax, because Snorlaxes are huge.
They are massive.
Yeah, they're huge Pokemon. And I imagine you sort of walking around, and unlike Pikachu, which refused to go into a Pokeball, you'd keep it in a Pokeball. But then we'd be in the Edric or something, and you'd throw it, you go, and then you'd call it like Bantosaurus fucks or something like that. And it would you actually would.
I need to call it that, or like Gary or something like that. Yeah. Go Gary. Yeah.
Or Pedo John.
Pedo John.
Just AIDS. Go AIDS.
Aid him on. Go.
Fuck. And it would come out and be like Snorlax, and all you would do, I think you'd sleep on it.
Yeah,
on its huge,
that sounds brilliant.
like really comfy, soft belly. You just sleep on it.
You've got a fixation about sleeping next to Pokemon, haven't you?
I did not bring that up.
I brought up sleeping next to fucking what's his name?
Which Pokemon would you sleep next
Blaziken.
to? Which Pokemon would you sleep?
You could
I
fuck any
I would
Pokemon.
not sleep next to any Pokemon because they're all dangerous. All right, they can all massively kill you.
Not if they love you.
Nah, I've seen the way Pikachu looks at Ash.
Every now and again, he's like, you know what, fuck you.
Nah, Pikachu does massively love Ash. I remember crying at an episode where like Pikachu left him.
I've seen that clip.
But then not really.
I've seen that clip. Yeah, doesn't Ash like have to like give him away, and Pikachu's just like, Pika?
No, because I think like Ash is telling him to go be with his own kind.
Oh,
that's like a colony of Pikachus. And they were like Pika Pee, Pika Pee, Pika. And then, I don't know why I did that.
Pokemon is a dumb show.
Yeah, it's a really dumb show. It's good. It makes me cry a lot though.
Oh, the fucking Pokemon 2000, the movie.
The movie. Oh,
Jesus Christ!
That was so sad.
I even now I still shed a tear.
That whole sequence of like them all just crying. And it's
it's beautiful stuff.
You have no idea what we're talking about.
It's beautiful stuff. We'll show you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Pika. No.
I would choose a Bulbasaur though.
Really?
A Bulbasaur.
Not
They're the ones
not a
that
Venusaur.
Not a Venusaur, not a
Ivysaur.
Flytrap.
I know that one. That's the
called.
blue cunt, isn't it?
No, that's Squirtle.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Venusaur's the one with like the little.
No, he's a green one.
He's
He's
a
a green
green cunt,
cunt.
isn't he?
He's
Yeah.
the green
Yeah,
cunt.
because he's grass.
He's a grass. Where is he? Let me show you him.
He's a grassy
he's
boy.
cute as fuck. Look at him.
Wouldn't he grass stain all your clothes?
Nah, he's fine.
But why?
He's not made of grass.
I can't see him. The mic's annoying. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
He has a turnip on his back.
He
He's sick.
he has Vine Whip, so he can like grab things. Like in the show, he always used his vines to like eat stuff. Like he'd grab like a donut or something. And
Harry's chosen Pokemon has a whip as well, I believe.
I don't believe that comes with the Pokemon. I believe that's a separate accessory.
That's an add-on, is it? Okay, interesting.
For the discerning Blaziken.
The Dominatrix.
I'm so sorry, Harry. And
How is it that one episode Garrod's not here, you're getting bullied harder?
Honestly, part of my childhood has died.
Oh, I feel so bad.
I do think it has died.
It feels
I'm so sorry.
bad.
I'm so sorry.
I tell you what I find funny is that I've thought about this a fair bit. Is just moving right on.
Yeah, of course.
Is that the 3-star Pokemon from Gen 1, which everyone pretty much knows.
Yeah.
Is Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. And Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur, which is like all 3 of the starter Pokemon. They have like a angsty teenager stage, which is the second.
Charmeleon,
Ivysaur,
and
Wartortle.
Yeah.
They're like the angsty. And famously,
they all hate Ash as well.
Yeah.
So why do they all hate Ash?
Because Ash is
angsty teenage Pokemon.
Like, fuck you, mum.
Charizard, when he evolved into Charizard, he despised Ash, didn't he? He would not listen to him at all. But then there was that really cute episode where he like finally started listening and I cried again. Pokemon makes me cry a lot, guys.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
It's a good show.
Emotional boys.
It was a good show.
So there's definitely progression. You can see the progression from Squirtle to Wartortle. You know, it's bigger. It's got the little wispy things as like near its ears.
Yeah.
Same with Charmander. It's a little salamander, turning more into like a bigger sort of muscular thing. Bulbasaur to Ivysaur again. Its little bulbous thing comes out and it makes a little flower. Pretty cute, right?
Very cute.
Ivysaur progresses into Venusaur. Huge, essentially a dinosaur of a plant
with a big fucking mushroom on his back.
Yeah, and it's beautiful, and it makes sense of seeing this thing grow. Same goes for Charmeleon to Charizard. It grows wings and it becomes huge with a big ass tail and a flame, and it's
a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
Wartortle to Blastoise.
Where'd he get those guns?
So
here's
the thing.
He just grew guns.
Surely you know the design of Blastoise.
I don't.
Fucking big ass turtle with just 2
tail
turrets
with
at its shoulders.
Oh, fantastic.
Nathan will bring it up.
May I ask? Yeah, I'm now on board of where the fuck did those guns come from? Are they a bodily function?
Yeah,
or are they
exactly.
add-ons?
So I can understand, designers being like, okay, so we've done the 3rd one for Bulbasaur, we've done the 3rd one for Charmander. How can we progress this water type Squirtle turtle Pokemon into a big monster that will be the same? Look at that.
There's 2 definite turrets there.
Where the fuck do they come from? Because they look metallic.
They are metallic.
There's no bone there. It's just metallic. So what must have the process been like? Imagine being a fucking turtle creature, like they're sentient pretty much, with like a shell, and then having part of your shell break apart in what I must assume is painful agony. Having metallic turrets that shoot water bursting out of your shoulders, and you're just like,
and where's all that water come from? That's more water than one Blastoise can contain.
Yeah.
This is something I'm interested in. When the turrets sort of emerge, is it a Wolverine situation? Are they always out, or are they?
The turrets are always out. Yeah,
they're always. That must be uncomfortable.
There. Yeah,
that must truly be uncomfortable. And does he have to be sort of sat with his asshole in a puddle to soak up all this water?
Harry, if I may, do you mind if I kind of change this topic slightly?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Go from talking about different people's starter Pokemon to instead talking about the ethics of the Pokemon universe.
We're discussing slavery again.
How do you feel? Yes. Yeah. How do you feel about
that? It was actually funny because we brought up yesterday, me and Alex, that in the 3rd generation game, and I think in others as well, when your character is moving to their house, because you're always playing a kid that's moved into a new town.
10-year-old kid.
Yeah, 10-year-old kid, new region with your mum. No dad, for whatever reason.
It's kind of weird.
Every single time. And you move into your new home, and like in the first screen, pretty much, you see your mum standing there, you can go over and talk to her, and then a couple Pokemon that are carrying boxes. and you can go over and talk to them, and they just go Machoke, Machoke, Machoke.
Ah, Machoke.
You remember Machoke?
I remember Machoke. He's
Machoke-
that boxer guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not the one with the gloves, but he's like the big blue guy, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So Machoke has 3 evolutions. The first one is Machop. It was a tiny little dude, and
Machop.
it's a humanoid little thing, but it's like bluish grey, and it's kind of weird because it hasn't really got fingers. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
It then goes into Machop, which is basically a fucking dude. It's just a huge
regular
just a
guy.
dude.
wrestler. Like again, Nathan will show you, just a wrestler-looking dude. I think he's even got a belt. Like that's supposed to be part of its.
I think he does. Yeah,
Yeah, like a little belt, which is supposed to be part of
he
his.
does. He
of his
absolutely does.
skin, pretty much.
Yeah,
And then its final form is pretty much the same, but the dude's got 4 arms, 4 muscular arms.
Imagine being that guy. Imagine honestly.
that's both of them side by side.
That's quite ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it is more practical.
Yeah.
If he's being used for this labour and moving all these boxes, is he just a glorified 4-armed removal man?
Here's the thing. So the question of slavery within the Pokemon world
This again, Nathan.
is there, right? Anyway, with the fighting and so on,
Of course.
because it's essentially Mandingo fighting,
Yeah.
is it not? What? Oh God! Don't! Oh Jesus Christ! He's probably about to put it on screen.
It's on the screen now. This is what we're
Jesus,
laughing
that's
at.
quite unholy. That.
A
if you
good
can-
meme.
If you can find some Rule 34 Blaziken, I will concede.
No. Oh, actually, Blaziken.
No, we really don't need to do this. I truly think we don't.
Anyway, so it does make me question, why do they have the humanoid-looking Pokemon? One of very few, because there's sure other Pokemon ones like Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, which are close because they've got arms and legs and stand on. Oh fucking hell! Again, it'll be on your screen.
No, it won't. I'm not putting that up there.
Well, just look up Blaziken Rule 34 for yourself. And so it does make me question, what are these Machoke supposed to represent? Japanese developers?
Oh, I see. Yes.
You get the point I'm making?
Yeah. Wow.
May I pose the question? If we're talking regarding slavery within the Pokemon universe,
Yeah.
these Pokeballs. Now, I'm sure I've watched a couple of episodes at some point, but I was very young and I don't remember, and I don't claim to. Have we ever seen inside of a Pokeball?
I don't think we have.
I don't think so either. Let me
So
look it up.
there's an open-ended question there as to whether they're just big prisons, an empty void, or maybe a fucking like an absolute sex den or whatever Pikachu wants.
Well, Pikachu, that's the thing. Pikachu hates going inside his Pokeball. He absolutely refuses to. Anytime Ash makes him go in there, he goes to the point where he like full on electrocutes Ash because he does not want to go into there.
Mad.
And if he's putting up that much of a fight, you gotta think,
What's in that Pokeball?
what's in that ball?
I'm starting to think it might just be an empty void of nothingness.
I always thought it was that. I literally thought it was just a stop of consciousness and existence. Like, not to get too deep on that sort of thing, but I literally just imagine how horrifying it is. You're a loyal pet essentially, and you fight, but even you.
That's another thing. It's essentially like fucking illegal chicken fights or dog fights or whatever.
Right.
Which is a whole other thing.
But just imagine, like, you go out and maybe you have a hard fight, and you're a fucking Blaziken, and you're doing a shit, and then you see your trainer go, "Great job, Blaziken! Now come back to me." And suddenly you have that moment of panic as you see the red little thing coming towards you, and it hits you, and then suddenly you just stop, like you're unconscious.
like a pause button.
And the next time that you're conscious is you being thrown right back out again to fight. That's your only existence.
fuck.
Imagine how fucking scary that is, bro.
That's so fucked
Oh
up.
no!
And
Fuck.
in the anime as well, there's always like when Ash or whoever gets out his Pokemon, when he's like, whatever I choose, excuse me, I'm gonna burp. I'll leave that in.
Cough button.
I don't have one. I'm in here.
Oh.
Yeah. Whenever he gets out his Pokemon, there's always like a second where they're like slightly confused. Like they just like come out and then they're like what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, oh
Shit.
yeah,
To battle.
to battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. That's really fucked me up.
What are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts. Ideally, I would like to think that there is a world where inside these Pokeballs are just any sort of luxury that the mind can imagine.
Heaven for
A paradise
Yeah.
for these Pokemon, each tailor-made.
So like shitloads of water for a Squirtle.
Yeah,
or-
exactly. Yeah, something along those lines. And I'd like to think that, yeah, it would be tailor made to their design, and their needs. However, I can't help but feel like it's just a fucking void.
I am on Bulbapedia looking
Ooh,
it up.
okay.
And it mentions it. I haven't read it all, but it mentioned it very briefly. Of literally just like they are conscious inside a Pokeball, which is even worse.
That's even worse.
Because you just
Those
fight.
things are small as well.
Yeah. So I'm about to send the pictures to the group. I'll send it directly to you, Nathan.
All right.
Of
I didn't want to see it anyway. It's fun.
a Dragon Knight, which is a dragon Pokemon, just looking really fucked off, whilst inside this tiny little Pokeball, just being kept conscious.
Oh wow, yeah.
Well, let's have a look then, boys.
That's on the screen now.
I can't see it. I'd like to react. Oh no, that's tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks really fucked off.
He just looks.
Oh,
No, he looks
isn't
sad.
Dragonite like a postman?
When you deliver the mail.
Yes. Yeah.
He is, isn't
Weird.
he? Or one of them is.
But in
Can
the
you imagine
game,
that?
it's
You're only-
really, really powerful.
Your only job in this world is to deliver mail, and then when you've clocked off, you just got to go sit in your little ball.
That is life for a lot of postmen.
And yeah,
Oh.
and then there's the. We are mostly talking about the TV show here because the games are all the same pretty much. But there is the whole Mewtwo thing where it's like genetically engineering a Pokemon,
Yeah.
and then using that Pokemon to fight for you, so you can be the best. Is that what they call trainer in the Pokemon world?
Yeah, I want to be the very best.
Yeah, like no one
But
ever
no one
was.
ever was, yeah.
To catch
To
them,
catch them is my real test.
To train them is my cause.
Pokemon.
I will travel.
Oh, nah, you don't get that yet.
Fuck's sake.
I will travel across
Across the land.
By the way, that's not the best Pokemon theme song. The best Pokemon theme song is this one. Hi guys, basically I got a copyright strike on this video, so I had to remove the Pokemon theme song. If you want to give it a YouTube, it's just the Pokemon Johto theme song. Just search that in. I'm sure you'll be able to find it on some other cunt who doesn't have a copyright strike, but whatever, I'm not bitter. Anyway, gonna fade back into the video now. Cheers. Bye.
I feel like this is one of those songs that George Michael, God rest his soul, would have released in for like a peace aid thing, like one of them world aid concert things.
So
the charity singles that the X Factor contestants do.
So maybe he would release that song to fight against Pokemon slavery.
Perhaps so. I think so, because if there's one thing that George Michael can stand true to is being yourself and being the best you can be.
And whipping your cock out in front of maintenance men.
Exactly that.
Absolutely. We are coming up to the 50-minute mark here, which is when we want to wrap up these episodes. But Harry, are Pokemon slaves?
Yes.
Yes, Lawrence, are Pokemon slaves.
As much as it troubles me so, I believe they are.
Right. Well, that's it, boys. We have to destroy the Pokemon universe.
Confirmed.
We solved it.
We figured it out. We cracked
the code. Pokemon, we're coming for you.
Harry, your opinion about Pokemon does not suck.
Thank you.
Because slavery?
Slavery's bad.
Oh, by the way,
Pokemon
Lawrence
bad.
absolutely loves slavery.
Oh, he was
anyway,
fucking... No.
Nathan.
Right, I want to tell this story quickly before we go.
Keep it brief.
I'll keep it very brief. I am a storyteller, though. I like to paint my words. I like you to get involved.
Brief.
Fuck's sake. Right, basically, this can't be a brief story because it's such a fucking incriminating thing.
Lawrence has a Confederate flag.
No,
towel.
I don't have
He didn't realise what the Confederate flag stands for. He didn't understand, but he has been wiping his balls with a Confederate flag towel.
For the last almost 2 years, I might add.
He loves slavery.
I'm saying that people have done work in my bathroom and must have seen my Confederate flag towel and have been like, fuck this guy, man. He loves slaves.
Anyway,
FYI, I don't love slaves.
Anyway, the South will rise again. I've been Nathan.
Fuck off.
I've been Harry.
I have been Lawrence.
Or General Robert E. Lee. Garrod will be back next week. Same time, same place, blah, blah, blah.
Another happy pod.
Hashtag Loving Vincent is absolutely incredible. Honestly, a true masterpiece.